we're going to get started. So good afternoon and thank you for joining us. Today is our 6th Leading the Way webinar. And today we're going to get a bit more familiar with our website. We're going to have a brief overview of some of the great things that you'll find there. So we'll be covering things like unique services that we offer, end user and subject resources, our company newsletter, and there's certainly much more. So first I'd like to start by introducing the members of my team that are here with us today. So I'm Yvette, and I am the lead verifications investigator, as well as a trainer here at Commercial Investigations. On August 1st, I'll hit my 6th year mark here. And so just a quick fun fact about me, so I thought you guys might like to get to know us a little bit better. So I really prefer the fantasy world to real life. So I like unicorns and dragons, things of that nature. So any of those things you might see on my desk in the office more than likely came from one of my coworkers. So now I'd like you to say hi to Patricia. Patricia's been with Commercial Investigations for 4.5 years. She is our lead criminal investigator, as well as our very own Harry Potter trivia queen. So if you think you know all there is to know about Harry Potter, I want you to chat Patricia a question and see if you can stump her, because I'd love to see that, because none of us ever can do that. So next I would like you to say hello to Brittany. Brittany has been with Commercial Investigations for 4 years now. She is our lead initiate investigator, as well as our very own volunteer firefighter. So if you get the chance, I'd like you to thank her for her service. And then we have Rachel. Rachel's been with Commercial Investigations for 3 years. She is an investigator as well as a business development team member. So not only is Rachel very creative, but Rachel has the neatest handwriting that I have ever seen. So if you'd like a sample, I want you to reach out to Rachel, and I'm sure she'd be more than happy to send you a sample note via snail mail. So last, but by no means least, I want you to say hi to Michelle. Michelle is our president. She has built Commercial Investigations from the ground up into the very successful business that it is today. So you may not know this about Michelle, but she is an accomplished drummer. She formerly played in a band called the Orange Coconuts. And I'm hoping that maybe somebody out there can convince her to do a reunion tour, because I know I'd like to be there. So that is all of us that are here today from CI. So if there's anybody out there, as far as one of our guests, that would like to introduce themselves and the company that they're representing, I will just open it up for a minute here if you would like to say hi to us. All right. So now I'm going to turn it over to Rachel, and I'm going to have Rachel start our presentation.
Thanks, Yvette. So this is the homepage of our website, which you can find at commercialinvestigationsllc.com. You may be familiar with this page as a lot of our clients come here to log into their account in our software. But we have a ton of information on our website, so there are some neat things that we just want to dive into today. So we have a ton of all of our services listed on our website. There's a couple of different ways that you can go about looking at those services. One of them that I did want to point out is our solutions based on industry. So whether you're in manufacturing, healthcare, nonprofit industry, we've laid out our suggested services for whatever industry that your business might be in. So it's a great way to see what we suggest for those different types of industries. And then another way that that you can look at our services is just at the top of the page. The first tab in the menu bar is services. You can pretty much click on any of these links to get all of our services to show up. So over here on the left-hand side is all of our services and an inquiry spotlight link that'll take you to each one of our services. And today we just wanted to highlight a couple of unique services that we offer that you may or may not know about. So starting off first, we have our Healthcare Comply Plus. And the Healthcare Comply Plus is a really popular search for healthcare clients of ours. It's a comprehensive sanction search. It's a search of information compiled by the OIG, GSA, and a ton of other federal agencies. It also is a search of disciplinary actions through license agencies and other federal agencies as well. So really popular search for healthcare entities. And kind of going along with that, we also offer continuous monitoring services, and we have a sanctions monitoring service called Vigilant Meds. So that is a medical exclusions data search, which is a monthly search. So it's like a monthly subscription service that validates employees, vendors, providers, and volunteers against sanctioned or exclusion provider lists. So it's a database containing over 200,000 records. At this point, I think it's a lot more than that too. So it's a monthly search. It involves very little client interaction. Each month you would upload a list of data to a secure site that's HIPAA compliant and also encrypted. And then we do all the back-end research on our side and provide you with a monthly confidential report of any potential matches. So again, another really popular service with our healthcare clients, but just one that I wanted to make people aware of. And then we also have other vigilant services you can find down here on the bottom left. It's the very last thing on this services column. So we have a bunch of different continuous monitoring services as well. And then another one that I wanted to point out is our international searches. So we are very New York centralized. We specialize in New York background investigations, but certainly we don't stop there. We have the capability of running international searches, so criminal history out of the country, as well as verifications like education verifications and employment verifications. And we can also provide you with a breakdown of the countries that we can run those searches in, as well as the cost. So if anyone is interested, we can certainly review that with you and go into more detail if you have questions or want some more information on our capabilities with international. So then other than our services, we have some really great resources located on our website as well. So if you hover over the resource tab in the top menu bar, there's video tutorials, a quick start guide for new clients. There's also a couple forms on here too. One thing to note is that you can find a lot more forms actually in your account in our software CIware. Under Docs and Forms, we have a ton of forms in there for you too. So that's another spot to look if you're looking for a form. But then we also have these two great pages for applicants and employers. So applicant resources, we have a lot of information on here pertaining to the applicant. So things about identity theft and how to rectify that. Of course, their FCRA summary of rights in case they need a copy of that. Some great infographics, tips from the FTC, and frequently asked questions from TransUnion about their credit reports. And then we also have a data security policy here at the bottom, which is really great. In this day and age, everyone is worried about the protection of their private information or their personal information. So that's a great thing to have out there just for peace of mind and know that we're taking all of the appropriate steps to ensure that the data that we handle is secure. And then under employer resources, we have a ton of information for our clients as well. Of course, the FCRA user notice, as well as your subject summary of rights, a guidance handbook for completing I-9, some posters, some great articles from the FTC, just a lot of great information that you may not have known was there. And then another also resource for our clients too is our FAQ, or our frequently asked questions. We compiled a list of all of the questions that we get a lot and put it on this page. So definitely take a glance at this if you ever have a little bit of downtime. A lot of great questions on there and a lot of stuff that we get a lot from people. So. And then one of my favorite parts of our website is our news section. That is home to our CI Times articles, which we put out 4 times a year. So we have a section for press releases, which is each individual article of each issue of our CI Times. And then, of course, the CI Times link will bring you to the PDF of each article that we have published for our CI Times. So a lot of recent issues here on this main page, but if you do go to read more CI Times, it'll bring you to this page, which literally has every article that we've ever written dating back to 2004. As you can see, we've been at this for a long time. We love the CI Times. It's something that we're super proud of and look forward to putting out each time that we have one coming up. We just put out one last month in April. So that's our most recent one here. But if you ever want a fun read, a quick read, this is a great place to find some really great articles that we wrote. And of course, here we have Do, and Do is one of the characters in our articles for the CI Times called Meet Due Diligence. He recently got a makeover, and he's super excited about that. So his page has been revamped to embrace his new look. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. He would be very happy that you did. He also has some great articles on here that are his favorite adventures. So if you are looking for a fun little read, all of those are definitely a good pick. And we also have a blog, which we do update quite frequently. I just wanted to point out one particular article on our blog that was written recently by our own Patricia Riley, which is The Curious Paradox in Background Investigations. She wrote this wonderful article, and it actually got published in the Professional Background Screening Association's journal. So we're very proud of her for that, and it's a super great article. It poses a lot of great questions about the background investigation industry. So again, if you're looking for a read, that is a great one. And lastly, we have a ton of stuff about us and our team. We have a really great team page. If you ever want to put a face to a name that you get on the phone a lot, our team page is updated completely to have all of our current investigators in training on there, as well as our other employees too. Some of us have really great bios. Michelle's bio is probably my favorite. It's very impressive and extensive. She has a read more section, so she has a ton of information on there. Her story and how CI came about is very interesting. So again, definitely check that out. And then each of us that are here on this webinar today have a bio as well. Yvette did a great job on touching on some really great details about us too. So, but a lot of that is also in our own individual bios, as well as some of the certifications that each of us hold. And of course, if you are calling our 800 number, you're probably going to get one of our investigators in training on the phone. So this is a really great way to put, again, a name to a face, or a face to a name, excuse me. And look at all their smiley faces. They just look great. And then last, but certainly not least by any means at all, our mission, vision, and values. So our mission is to provide background investigations with industry-leading service through creative solutions, one client at a time. That's something we definitely have in the back of our minds each day that we're doing our daily work. Our mission, vision, and values is something that we really hold dear to us. This picture right here that has our mission, vision, values is actually a wall in our office in Latham that was hand painted. And it's kind of a focal point almost in our office. It's right outside Michelle's office actually. And it's just this huge, beautiful red wall, and I kind of miss it actually. I haven't seen it in quite a few weeks. So, but yeah, it's just a great way of keeping why we're doing what we do on our minds during our daily work. So that is basically a good overview of our website. Like I said, we have a ton of information on here. I did not go over everything by any means, but again, take a look if you have a few minutes, and definitely ask us questions if there's anything that you want to go over or want to talk to us about. And so at this time, I'd like to open it up for any questions that anyone has. So ask away. All right, Brittany, off to you.
All right. So here's our contact information. If you guys have any questions going forward, anything you guys want to talk about after the webinar, you can certainly reach us via the 800 number or that 518 number. You can also contact us via the staff account, which is monitored throughout the day. So if you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to us there. And just give me a second to write that down. All right. And we just want to thank you again for joining us today. Our next CI Leading the Way webinar will be held Monday, June 1st at 12. The topic will be reading a report, and that's going to be hosted by Patricia. And then we also do have a town hall webinar that's going to be on the 9th of June. If you guys have any questions, you can certainly, send them in and we can talk about them there. And we hope to see you at our next webinar. And if you guys want to view any of the past webinars or want anybody in your office to view any of them, you can certainly view the web link below, and that'll bring you right to them. I just want to thank everybody again for coming today.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Have a great day.